This is outrageous. Where are the armed men who come in to take the protesters away? Where are they? This kind of behavior is never tolerated in Boracua. You shout like that, they put you in jail right away. No trial, no nothing. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists. You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses, you right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail. Undercook, overcook. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up, believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world because of jail.
For the anything and everything
and shit
podcast, Justin and Erik.
How's everybody doing today?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Yeah, another
Welcome
day in
back.
the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope everybody's having a good one.
Right on.
Yeah. How you been, Erik?
I'm a good man. How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah, right on. Happy Saturday. Oh, happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Right,
I don't know. Yeah, it's our Valentine's episode.
Yep.
Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Special
Thank
happy
you.
Valentine's to my beautiful wife, Amy. Love you, baby.
I don't have a wife. Well, happy Valentine's Day to my beautiful daughters that I love very much. So,
Right.
Hey, those are.
Love is in the air. Oh, wait. That's not the song you were singing earlier. What was it?
Hello, my friends. Hello. Yeah, man.
I thought you were doing the Lionel Richie thing. Like,
I
I don't know.
I know that song. I do. But yeah, that was Neil Diamond. My interpretation of Neil Diamond.
Right on.
But I know the Lionel Richie song you're talking about.
We'll have to remix that and make it all metal later.
Hello.
We got a box, so we can pretty much do that.
Yeah, man.
Right.
We'll have to do a little our version of some craziness.
Right. That'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Well, we got some cool topics for you today. We got some electric car lockdowns.
Dude, this is
crazy. These awesome electric cars everybody wants to have.
Yeah, man.
They've officially passed a law to where they can pull the switch on you whenever they decide to.
Dude, it's nuts.
They say there's, got to be a reason, but they'll find one. We'll talk. We'll have the Sunday Cool guys tell you all about that one.
Right.
We got some AI time travel stuff where a guy found a video from back in like the 60s maybe or the late 50s where he's talking about time travel and AI have been possible and they've known about it since 53.
That's trippy, man.
It's a crazy video. Also, we have something from Sunday Cool about AI predicting the future for 2026 and having some pretty crazy stuff on there.
Well,
and Chase Hughes has his own version of what, like really not what AI predicted for 2026, but what he thinks will be like the big psyops for 2026. Because, we're big on psyops around here.
Well,
we like to try to find those wherever they're at so we're not played by them. But
bring everybody's attention to what the heck might be going on and what they're trying to use against us.
Be vigilant. You got to be vigilant out there, especially in these times.
Right, dude.
I forgot a nice little trendy tagline there. These times.
It's 2026. I had a resident yell at me about that. It's 2026. And I'm like, yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
I celebrated.
I'll make sure I write that down on my papers.
I didn't understand what she was getting at, so maybe she had maybe she I don't know has some more information.
Maybe she was casting a spell on you.
I guess I did kind of feel a little weird because like, okay,
hey, crazy eyes, what are you in here for? Beat up the mailman because he was trying to cast a spell on me, or maybe he was waving.
I don't know, but yeah, it was weird. So I have
awesome.
weird moments at work, so dealing with people.
Hey, that's what keeps us alive, right?
Yeah.
And then we have a part about AI price gouging, when you think that you're going to go up and get a fair price at the store every time you walk up to these electronic tags. They might be changing on you if they know any of your data.
And it was weird when you brought that one up to. And I was like, wow, that's nuts.
That's crazy,
like, dude. Insane.
Seriously.
So.
And then we also have a segment about Hollywood demons and how all of Hollywood, the media, all these people called all of this stuff a conspiracy theory, so they turned a blind eye to what was actually going on. And I'd be really surprised at who actually was one of the people that called this out way back in the 90s. So stick around.
That is so cool. We got to frame that.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of being around the moon once or twice, did you guys hear what Congress passed a couple week ago ish?
What?
They passed. It's this bill about like car safety and stuff.
Oh, dude, yes.
It's been going back and forth, but both Democrats and Republicans agreed to just push it forward.
Sure.
But in this bill, which I think it's something we already knew, but it's now like in paper, is the government's ability to remotely turn off your car.
Why would they want access to that?
Well, they say it would be a safety thing. So if someone is impaired, if there's a drunk driver, law enforcement can turn off your car.
How do you know they're a drunk driver or they're impaired? There's been I've seen videos of cops flipping a car because the guy's speeding, but yet they didn't know that he was calling the station because his wife was going in labor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did that? That's not good.
No,
that's terrible.
Well, and also if they get a little greedy and they shut off everybody's car.
That's all. That's like, it's literally like the Obama movie.
Yeah, 100%. It's shutting everything down.
Yeah, with all
to
the
control.
cars stop working.
Oh, booey.
So
except for your Harley.
What's the point of how does this get allowed? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why would everyone agree to that bill? Why would everyone sign off on that and thinking that this is a good idea?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't affect them.
I know there's more to it. I think there was like some back and forth stuff. Like they really wanted to get this thing passed, so they just agreed on this one thing. But it's like
that's jacked up. That's
They
a part
do
of
that
our
all the
I know,
time.
but like, no, vote
I
on one
know.
thing.
It's crazy.
Also, how does that work? How do they, like with my motorcycle, like would they be able to do it with that if it's electric?
Aren't you carbureted?
Yeah.
No, I thought Hondas were carbureted.
Yeah.
Those
I don't know.
little
Are
Hondas.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're fine.
Okay.
No, but they said the thing is supposed to apply to car manufacturing moving forward.
Mhm.
Every car will have basically a turn off switch.
Which is why we have a zombie apocalypse truck.
But that's existed as old as OnStar.
Yeah. But I don't know why. So why?
But
is
where
it
do
now?
you draw the line then? Where do we own anything?
I think
You'll,
Can we turn-
you'll
can they
own
turn off-
nothing and be happy.
Yes,
heard
that's
it.
what they said.
I think the thing is they've been able to do it for a long time. So just at some point they needed to be like, oh, we're never going to do it. But now if we have to.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
There's
now-
legal precedent.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh no, that's what they talked
Now
about.
legally they can't.
But my whole thing is like, you never write laws based on outlier situations, right? Like those are extreme examples. They can be sorted in the courts, but really you're creating laws for the general populace. But my question would be, how often are you like needing to let's just do whatever that turn is where they flip a car. Like how often are you actually throwing strips or emergency stopping a vehicle?
Yeah, for real. Like
No,
out of
never.
the hundreds of millions of people
I am
that drive every
willing
day.
to bet that we could go ask a plethora of cops in this city, how many times have you actually had to physically stop a car?
Mhm.
And the answer is
5 times a day.
yeah. I'm like, I take it back.
Dang,
I take
wow.
it back.
Well, this
When
is
you're
really
asking me, you're
efficient.
taking me away from doing it. Actually, right now.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and so yeah, I'm
It's
gonna be-
crazy.
if you got an old truck, maybe hang on to that. They could be worth some money.
For sure, they've got a plan, dude. There's something happening because they could turn off our phones, right?
Yeah.
They can. I mean, that would be just like turning off, like locking or unlocking doors in your house, like automatic doors or something,
Which-
or like
That's scary.
like
to do
alarm
that.
systems.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I mean, but what if there's a gas leak and they're passed out in there and we need to help them?
Mm-hmm.
We can unlock your doors. It's like, no, I don't care. Leave
Yeah.
me be.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't,
Get off my lawn.
Yes.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that electric cars didn't take off like they thought they would. Like they thought everybody was going to move to
Maybe.
electric cars. Like I was talking
Yeah.
to Paige about it, and she was like, "I just don't understand it." I'm like, "Really? I think it's designed to make people have to stay in hubs
Mhm.
because really
Yeah.
you're only like a 2-3 hour window from wherever you can charge. And
Definitely.
so if they knock out a few charging ports, everyone's locked down to areas.
Well, they made just electric cars look so dingus.
I know.
Yeah.
So
Like they
silly.
just like it's like make them cooler, make it look like a 1980s Chevy, and maybe I would have bought one.
I haven't been on a road trip longer than like 7 hours in forever, but the fact that an electric car cannot do that without me like sitting there at a charge station forever will
For a
make
long time, too.
Yeah, and you got to plan out your whole trip around the charging ports.
I remember you guys getting stuck coming back from Tallahassee because John Rucker needed to charge his Tesla or something like that. Remember?
Or when he,
Yeah.
or your
we
bur-
stopped at a Chili's.
Yeah, we did.
when we do
No, that was Austin, wasn't it?
oh, he was,
it was
Austin.
Austin, yeah.
when we do Target pickup, they got the charge stations now, and no one looks happy. They're just
No,
like
it's
twiddling
just-
their
yeah.
thumbs, waiting for their cars to charge. I'm like, I truly don't understand.
Yeah,
that.
what's-
I could go
the
tap
incentive?
off my car in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and
with dinosaur juice.
it also is probably not any more environmentally harmful than what you're doing.
Yeah.
Not at all. That's why I got my bike that goes 150 miles per gallon, baby.
You know? I need to get on.
I love it when people are like, I just saw Andy on his bike in the rain.
But going back to one of my most recent videos on Minutes of Horror, I had spoken about how AI has been around for a long, long time and is possibly manipulating the past, the future, and this is where we possibly get the Mandela effect. And I came across this very interesting video.
In California.
Jack, this was the result of a formula which was given to me by a man who landed a ship at my airport in 1953. And we put this formula under research, tested a number of experiments on a bench in a good electronics lab in Chicago, and we produced phenomenal results with evidence that we should do it on a larger scale in order to be able to do more with it. And this evolved out of something that started in 1953 into a 4-story high machine that we're working on down there today.
Now, George, I don't care whether the machine is 4 stories high or 40 stories high or 4 inches high. When I say calmly and unexcitedly, a time machine, what does your formula tell you you can do with a time machine?
Well, Jack, our formula has no time factor, which electronic formula does have. And on the other hand, electronic science has only had 2 dimensions to work with, the electric pattern and the magnetic pattern perpendicular to it. And we discovered a 3rd zone, which we call a time zone, and we are working through this zone with an effort to orient the magnetic field to give us other results than our science can obtain at present.
George, just double talk to me. A time machine means to me a little box that I can go into and go back 5,000 years or forward 10,000 years. Is that what your formula tells you can do?
Well, Jack, this isn't a little box. This is a 4-story machine focusing fields that we can orient to produce this zone big enough for a man to get into. It isn't a box.
But what happens to the man when he gets into the zone?
Well,
I'm all agog with curiosity.
Jack, we've discovered this zone is subject to thought. Now, since time doesn't record events the way we do on calendars and clocks, You could only record an event by thinking of it. Now, theoretically, we believe we can take a videotape magnetic camera into the time zone and photograph Lincoln's Gettysburg Address or Caesar's armies marching or anything that's ever happened.
Let me get this straight. In other words, you're telling me, like H.G. Wells imagined 50 years ago, that everything that happened in time is still there to be seen by the recreation electronically of a thought which exists.
Jack, you know how you talk into a tape on a tape recorder and play the interruptions back, identical to the play that you made. The Earth's magnetic field is the same way. You can put interruptions into it and play them back out of it. An associate of ours in creating a magnetic coupler with this principle coupled in the Earth's magnetic field and played back TV shows from stations that aren't even in business anymore.
You mean an experiment has been done to bring out of the air television programs which have been and gone?
Been and gone.
Now, where was this experiment conducted?
It was conducted in Santa Monica by an associate of mine.
Why hasn't this hit the headlines throughout the world? That's a time machine in action. If I can...
Jack, the reason it hasn't hit the world is because, as I understand it now, the Navy Department took him and the research over because he also discovered he could bounce magnetic echoes off the ionosphere and locate submarines under the ocean, regardless of where they were. So,
who is this associate of yours?
This is a fellow named Charlie Arts.
Charlie Arts?
Yeah.
And is he a free man walking around today?
Well, he's free where he is.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Nuts, man.
Well, what it got me about that is he said a ship.
Yeah.
A ship landed
in
1953. It's like, wait a minute.
And a guy came out and gave him some, like, that was nutty, dude.
Guy gave, some ship. Some guy was like,
Here
hey, you know what you should do? You should build this 4-story box.
Dude, like, I mean, wow. I mean,
that's nuts.
So it is just like pressing a rewind.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
it's kind of hard to understand. Like the interviewer, which I like his style. How he's like, cut to the chase. Stop giving me all this runaround. I like that. Yeah. But where he was basically like, well, what is it? Like, what is it? What is it? Like, tell me what it does. Yeah. Stop giving me all this blah, 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 blah.
The runaround.
And so it is kind of hard to understand, but at the same time, like,
it's
I know
interesting
how you use a tape machine. Yeah. You know, I remember those from the 80s. Remember, like, recording stuff on some dumb little recorder that
I still had
like
them in
$10.
the 90s.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, I
I'm
always
saying
liked
the little tiny tape recorders that you used to carry around.
Yeah, I had the little boom boxes.
Oh.
Yeah, I played DJ, made my own cool ass tapes to myself. That's right, I rocked it.
Right.
But yeah, so what about the cars, man? How about
Yeah, that was crazy. I knew that was coming.
Dude, and they totally slid it under the radar of everybody with all this BS going on in the world. They were like, yep. And you know what? And I was talking to some people about it, and I guess due to the fact that we don't know this, bro, because we have older cars, but I guess like the car dealerships, if you don't make a payment, they can just turn your car off now instead of having it. I'm like, what the? Well, and so they can actually also come in.
I mean, honest to God, I would never say this if it wasn't the truth. I remember when they first started putting these electric cars out, I was like, no.
Yeah, dude.
It's real easy, especially when COVID hit. I knew right then and there. It's like, yeah, they'll be able to just shut your car off.
Right.
And to think about, like you said, if you take people's phones and you shut them off and they have some kind of, power system that is operated by the button on your phone saying turn on or off, and now you're stuck in your house. I mean, that's perfect. Because now you're not only locked down, but you're locked down.
Right.
Now you can't even get out.
Dude,
and then if it's some kind of climate lockdown, like they've talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the whole thing in Hawaii wasn't part of that whole smart city thing.
Dude.
The fires in Los Angeles.
All that craziness.
And, they'll have it to where they'll lock your whole neighborhood down because they'll say that, you know, there's too much cloud, there's too much stuff, and it's burning up the ozone and blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm not going to try to speculate what words they're going to use, but they're going to use some pretty big ones to make you think that it's true.
The bigger the words, the crazier it is, the more of a confusion it, you know.
And as long as you're in fear, then that's exactly what you're going to do.
Government sucks. So,
but what do we know, right?
We're just ants on a planet.
just little ants.
Ants on a planet.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of AI, though, we got some stuff about how they how those ninjas or butterflies guys had AI predict the future, and what they came up with was some pretty crazy stuff too. And also, Chase Hughes has some predictions on
those guys are nuts, man. I like them. They're kind of cool.
They're cool.
They're mellow, man. They're chilling shit.
Thanks for the inspiration, guys. You guys are cool people, man.
Rock on.
Right on.
So,
and Chase Hughes also has some stuff to say about what he thinks will happen this year. So we'll stick around.
Right on.
All right, I did something a little different. I had AI make the predictions. And just forewarning, it's predicting off of everything I've ever talked to it about.
Yeah.
But it's still very interesting. I said, if you were to do predictions of 2026, what would it be? And this is it. Okay. First one, by 2026, the public wait, where are we? We are going to, they said public is told something non-human has interacted with humanity, but the real shock is that it's tied to ancient history, not outer space.
Ooh.
Like what? A virus?
No, like an ancient technology, like, and they said that it would be like, they would frame it as visitors, but it's framed as interdimensional, pre-human, or an intelligence that co-developed with humanity.
Talking like pyramid builders.
And they said, and they said how they're even shifting the language from alien to non-human intelligence. I don't know if you've caught that in like these disclosure stuff.
Yeah.
Like NHIs.
Yeah.
Second one, AI causes a psychological event, not just a scandal. So they're saying that there's a measurable mental health or social contagion event linked directly to AI interaction.
What does that mean?
Dude, that's happening already.
So AI is already outperforming humans emotionally in emotional mirroring. Loneliness plus authority bias equals vulnerability. No cultural immune system yet. So they're just saying government responded by labeling. Oh, so the government will respond by labeling it a public safety issue and not a tech issue. So it's going to go beyond just like a tech issue. It's going to be like a medical issue.
Because they're already so integrated.
The psychological event that's going to happen with AI.
Golly, man.
Dude, it's already happening. And then people are going to start like worshiping this thing. And so there's going to be cults, like religious cults about AI.
Are we gonna have our first AI marriage?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Marriage?
Wow.
This one, number 3, is the Earth does something we didn't expect, but the ancient cultures did. A major geophysical or solar event occurs that modern science struggles to explain in real time. Possibilities: intense solar storm, geomagnetic instability, abnormal auroras, power grid disruptions, which I feel like that's already been happening.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But it said that like the ancients knew about it, which I'm just like, okay. Number 4, something in space goes quiet.
Ooh.
And no one fully explains why. So the prediction is there's a sudden communications blackout or satellite failure that affects multiple countries. Why this is likely: orbital congestion, solar activity, space militarization.
Yeah. How creepy would that be if the ISS just like went black? Just like nothing.
Very scary.
Oh.
I mean, that would be terrifying.
Dude, I don't think anyone would believe it was real. They'd be like, why'd they go offline? Like they're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
It
It would take so much to go offline, right? All the places that are connected to it.
Its last prediction was also yours, which is a hard swing back to faith, especially among young men. 2026, there's a visible, measurable return to structured religion. And it talks about like going into like even like Catholicism or Eastern Orthodox. And it says, why is this likely? AI challenges what it means to be human, moral relativism. Relativism.
Yeah.
Collapses under stress. People want roots, not vibes.
Nice.
So yeah,
Truth, not lies.
I just thought that was interesting. That's what it came up with. This was a spooky thing that AI said at the end of it. It's saying that we're at the end of a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This generation.
Like the 80-year cycle? Is that
No,
what
like
they're
an even deeper cycle.
Oh.
And it's saying humanity is entering a new age. It's re-entering, or humanity is not entering a new age. It's re-entering an old one with better tech and worse memory. We think we're progressing into something unprecedented. In reality, we are repeating ancient patterns: power, knowledge, collapse, faith, myth. But we've forgotten the lessons while upgrading the tools. Same story, new hardware. That's what it said.
That feels
Yep.
that feels
That's crazy.
oddly, uncannily correct.
And then it says, so when those civilizations collapsed, the knowledge bottleneck reset everything. We didn't inherit their warnings, only their ruins.
That was like poetic.
That's what AI told me.
Hey, that's what they saw me. Don't judge me. That's that's crazy because when we already have like, we have like the history repeats itself thing. People who forget, are doomed to repeat it. But the fact that we're having mental and memory problems
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so much already, so it's like it's like doubling up on it. And so you think the powers that be are going to take advantage of that short-term memory.
No, 100%.
Yeah, it says one of the biggest modern assumptions is we're the most advanced humans who have ever lived. That is true technologically, but not necessarily civilizationally. Ancient cultures had advanced astronomy,
Mhm.
precise engineering that can still not be replicated,
Yeah.
global mythology overlaps, complex priesthoods, elite and hidden knowledge classes. So there's just saying like, yeah,
Just
you guys aren't anything new.
Yeah.
You just have different tech.
It just looks different.
Same script, different props.
Yeah.
It's 2026, and if the last few years have felt less like chaos and more like something kind of quietly locking into place, you're not imagining that. If you notice that events keep arriving just preloaded with villains, emotions, branding, and solutions, like the argument was decided or prepackaged before anybody noticed it, I don't think that's random. So I'm not here to speculate or theorize or raise questions. I am here to show you why 2026 is going to be predictable. Let me be clear about what this is and what it isn't. This is not a timeline or a prophecy, and it's definitely not a list of things that might happen. So instead of asking what year something happens, the better question is, what does a system like this always do next? So keep in mind, these are opinion only, and they're not stated in any way that's asserting facts or accusations. So prediction number one, increased conflict with China. And it's not going to be through open war. It's going to be through pressure. China does not need to escalate anything. It just needs friction. Some delays in shipping, energy constraints, currency pressure, cyber disruptions. Each one's going to be small, but together they create a constant background stress. It won't be called aggression. The goal is just compliance with changing conditions. Number two, AI will replace a large percentage of artists. Music and writing, illustration, voiceover work, video. It's cheaper, faster, and endlessly compliant with humans. So for a very long time, creativity was the last place that humans felt irreplaceable. Even when jobs were automated, art still felt really personal to us, and that's gone. So number 3, the loneliness epidemic was going to accelerate. It's going to be very quiet, and most people assume loneliness comes from isolation, and that's not quite right. Loneliness comes from friction. Human interaction carries more friction than it used to. Every conversation feels a lot heavier. And politics are leaking into everything. One wrong sentence can turn just a normal conversation between people into a big problem. And you're going to see this show up everywhere. There's going to be fewer close friendships. There's going to be more surface level only interaction. Loneliness doesn't just make people sad, it makes us hyper suggestible. So loneliness is not some side effect of what's coming. It is one of the conditions that allows everything else to work. So number 4, AI becomes a primary interface for mental health. Probably by spring of 2026, more people are going to talk to AI about their inner life and their mental state than they will to therapists. And that's already true in small numbers, but it's not going to stay small. It's always available. It's cheaper. It listens without interrupting. It has access to more data. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't try to check its Instagram while you're talking on the couch. And for somebody who's already lonely, that matters a lot. And for a lot of people, it's going to help, at least enough to keep using it a little bit. But that's where the conflict is going to start. Who owns the data? Who decides what advice is appropriate to give to people? And then what happens when guidance crosses into influence? And that's the 4th pressure point here. So moving on to number 5, there's going to be an explosion of artificial content like video, audio, documents, screenshots, entire events that never really took place. I would assume by this summer of 2026, the volume will be high enough that authenticity becomes really hard to prove in real life. And that will absolutely change human behavior, because once anything can be faked, everything can be denied. A compromising video comes up, it's AI. An audio recording gets leaked out, it's a deep fake. Documents and evidence start to appear, it's generated somehow. When the world is just saturated with synthetic material, the burden of proof is going to flip backwards. It's going to feel like a lot of confusion, and then we'll kind of unplug because it's just too much. And confusion is incredibly useful if you study human behavior, because when people cannot tell what's real, they fall back on something a lot easier. And this is tribe, authority, and familiar narratives. And that's the 5th pressure point. Number 6, there will be an event that encourages isolation. So something's going to happen that makes isolation feel like a sensible option. And I don't think it's going to be mandatory or enforced. I just think that's going to be reasonable. Most people are not going to feel pushed into isolation. They're going to feel relieved by this. A lot of people are already tired of navigating other people. So when distance is presented as a virtue, it's going to feel like permission to do what you wanted to do anyway. And because it isn't called isolation, people aren't going to treat it the same way that happened during COVID. They're going to call it something else. And that's the 6th pressure point. Number 7, psychological operations become very visible this year. They're not going to disappear. They're going to get a lot more obvious, and you're going to hear it more often. This feels staged. This doesn't feel organic. This looks like a setup. And that creates a problem for influence, because influence, as you probably know, works the best when people don't notice it. So influence is going to be a lot less about persuasion and more about environment. So instead of convincing people what to think, systems are going to shape what's available to think with. So what content shows up, what gets buried, what feels normal to say out loud. And that is the 7th pressure point. Number 8, psychedelics moving into the mainstream as repairing meaning for people. So you're going to see a lot wider adoption of psychedelics as repair. So when people lose all this creative identity, they lose connection with other people, they lose trust in the narratives, and they stop feeling grounded in their own experience. They're going to look for something that resets their perspective. Psychedelics do that. They've been used for 4,000 years, or probably way more. But what's new is the context. So mid 2026, a lot of people are not going to be asking, how do I become more successful? How do I succeed? They're going to be asking, how can I feel human again? And that's the 8th pressure point. So what is all this actually about? 8 separate little predictions. Those are not separate. They're 8 expressions of the exact same condition. And that condition is a system under pressure, behaving predictably. So when geopolitics tighten up, pressure is going to replace the confrontation, just the pressure. When technology speeds up like crazy, identity starts being displaced. If our connection to other people erodes, people become way more suggestible, easier to steer, to manipulate. When the truth gets really noisy or surrounded by noise, authority always fills that gap. We know this from history. If truth gets super fuzzy and noisy, authority fills the gap. When proximity to other people feels costly or expensive socially, distance becomes desirable or even reasonable. If influence becomes clear for everybody to see, it shifts into the background because it's just normalized. And when meaning, the actual feeling of meaning, collapses faster than systems can adapt, people are going to look for ways to reset their perspective. And there's only 2 things that all of this requires to take place. Number 1 is incentives, and number 2 is human nature. You don't need coordination at the top. So what's coming in 26 isn't about the control in the cartoon sense of the word. It's about adaptation and forcing people to adapt to something new. It's about systems adjusting to instability and people adjusting to those systems. And that's also why recognizing the pattern truly matters. Once you can see the pressures, you stop reacting to every event like it's isolated. What's being normalized here? What's becoming frictionless? So until then, I just want you to notice one thing. When something new shows up, ask yourself, does it feel like a solution or does it feel like an adjustment? And once you can tell the difference, the future stops feeling overwhelming and it starts making sense.
So what's your prediction for 2026, man?
Fuck.
Got any predictions?
Do I have?
Or are you just kind of like, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow?
Well, I was hoping it was going to be a good freaking 2026, just because how 2025 was just really funky, and this year's starting off not so well. It's just that the world is crazy right now. And shit, dude. They keep throwing, these whole Epstein files and all that good stuff and everything. It's right now. It's hard to say.
Yeah,
it is truly hard to say with all this AI stuff, and they're pumping us full of craziness, and I see how it's making people,
Well, I mean, I get what he's saying when Chase said that everything will seem fake when that happens, it's a bad thing because then everything seems fake. So then even stuff that's real, true evidence will be overlooked because it'll look like it's AI or it'll look too perfect or whatever because of the way AI is progressing with making fake videos and fake pictures and stuff like that. Right. My only thing is because here in Colorado, which it's really weird how we haven't had a winter,
dude,
at all.
It's freaking nuts, man.
My life, I've just turned 50. I've never seen an entire year where we didn't have at least one really good snowstorm where people were like, "Man, maybe I get to miss work tomorrow."
Right, and
it's been crazy. So the only thing that I might predict is that it's going to be a really bad wildfire season this year. And I don't see wildfires as not intentional anymore. Ever since the whole COVID thing, it was too many things right when COVID hit. There was COVID, there was lockdowns, there was wildfires everywhere. Here in Colorado, you couldn't breathe, you couldn't see the sun. You know, like I remember when they started the mask mandates, I was out on the lake and I had a bandana over my face and I felt bad for it. So
well, you know, what's nuts is because that season, I think that's the season that, wasn't it the season that Louisville caught fire, right? I think, and I didn't even, and I was like, oh, it's just smoke from somewhere else. That's because where I'm at. I saw the smoke, but it just been so smoky that year.
Louisville was a couple of years later, I think.
Was it? Okay.
But either way, it was still like, you know, Colorado's burned a lot in the last few years. It's been pretty bad. And so we're going to have a pretty dry summer again this year. And it's not looking good for wildfire season. So hopefully we can get that taken care of. But, you know, when it comes to like the world on the outside, it's so unpredictable anymore, to the point where, you know, like, yeah, Chase Hughes said it's predictable because these things are going to happen, but what are those things? You know what I mean? You got people. I just saw I guess it was a congressional hearing or something with all these people that are supposed to be running our country, and they were arguing with each other like little kids.
Oh, I think I saw that this
6th grade.
I think I saw that this
talk to me like this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot you were somebody because I didn't realize because you don't act like. What the heck,
something about secretary. You know, oh, I'm sorry, secretary. I'm
attorney
general or something. Yeah, and I'm like, what the? Yeah. This is just not how we're supposed to.
Throwing like it's. Literally taking bags of mud to a little hearing so you can throw them at each other. It's ridiculous. But
I saw that this morning too.
So, you know, the way people are unfolding, it's like, it seems like all of you all are on the Epstein list, man. That's why you're throwing a fit. I mean, it's taken this long to manufacture what you can give out now, and now you're still just like, here, we'll give you a little breadcrumbs. Here's a little bit. Here's a little bit. Here's a little bit. Like James Woods from Family Guy. Ooh, piece of candy. Piece of candy.
It's freaking
nice. But everybody's all up in arms.
Everybody is
trending topics and everything now. So it's crazy stuff, man. But we got some more stuff about AI and how they're price gouging us. It's called dynamic pricing. So
it's jacked up too.
Basically, by just your zip code alone, they're going to either raise prices or lower prices.
And guess how they're doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that everybody has and everybody carries
in their pocket.
Studies show that companies are using AI to set personalized prices according to each person's profile.
Companies may be using your data against you. Shocker. It is called surveillance pricing, and that is when a company sets the price you see based on your unique habits and demographics.
A McKinsey study estimated that AI-based pricing systems can increase a company's revenue by up to 15%.
We found big retailers with little regional competition can extract large profits simply by adjusting prices of essential goods like food items.
Likewise, investigations by Consumer Reports detected differences of up to 116% in the price of the same online product, depending on the buyer's zip code.
Surveillance pricing. That's when companies use someone's personal data, like browsing, even credit history, to sell them a product at a different price than what other consumers might see.
An independent analysis revealed that Uber can charge up to 6% more when the user's phone battery is below 15%.
Uber is in the spotlight as the company faces accusations from a Belgian newspaper that it can see riders' phone battery levels and changes rider fares based off of that information.
Even in airline tickets, a report by the Wall Street Journal documented that some airlines achieved up to a 20% increase in annual revenue after implementing AI-based dynamic pricing systems.
This apple and this apple are the exact same, except for one thing. I only paid $129 for this apple, but for this one, you paid nearly 3 times that. Not because yours is any better, it's not organic, and I didn't get mine on sale. These are exactly the same, but the algorithm decided that you would pay more than me. Let me explain.
Listen, folks, your milk might start having a rush hour price to it.
These price tags started updating right in front of me.
Just stick it to your customers just a little bit more. What a wild concept.
Carnegie, Rockefeller, and Vanderbilt. What do they all have in common? They owned monopolies. Carnegie was the king of steel, Rockefeller was the king of oil, and Vanderbilt was the king of railroads. These guys focused all of their time and money on one thing, and that was dominating their industries. As their businesses grew, they were able to effectively crush any competition and choose whatever price they wanted to charge. And they were pretty much untouchable. But in 1890, a senator from Ohio formed a bill that would allow the government to step in. This bill, also known as the Sherman Act, only had 2 sections. Section 1 made price fixing illegal, and Section 2 made it a crime to monopolize or attempt to monopolize an industry. As you can imagine, when the government passes a law that goes against the richest people in the country, they usually find creative ways around it. So in 1914, the government had to pass the Clayton Act, which was specifically made to ban practices like price discrimination and exclusive dealing agreements. It also created the Federal Trade Commission to enforce all those rules. But even with the FTC and the Sherman Act today, things aren't really working like they should.
A fancy way of saying your groceries are going to start acting like airline tickets.
So let's play a game to really understand what we're dealing with. Here we have 2 grocery stores, Dave's and Willie's. To keep things simple, let's pretend they each sell the same thing. Both stores sell their apples for $3 a piece. Customers don't really have a preference, so they just shop wherever their heart desires. But Dave decides that he wants to make a little bit more money, so he lowers his price to $2.50. For the next week, the majority of customers start shopping at Dave's for their apples because they're cheaper. But as soon as Willie catches on to this, he lowers his price to $1.99. Again, all the shoppers follow the lower price and move back to Willie's. As you can imagine, this could just continue indefinitely, and that's why it's called a race to the bottom. This is the ideal scenario for us because companies are forced to compete for the lowest price to attract the most customers. However, after all this back and forth, both Willie and Dave are now making way less than they did when both of their prices were $3. If they could get together and create a plan, they could both raise their price to $5 and make way more because customers have nowhere else to go for their apples. But that would be considered collusion, and that's illegal according to the Sherman Act. But is it illegal if it's not humans doing the collusion and instead it's the algorithm? And what if the algorithm didn't just know what everyone else was charging, but it also knew everything about you?
That is,
and that's
something.
what I was talking about.
I mean,
you know, everywhere you go, AI is involved. Everything you do, AI is involved. It's like AI is going to run our lives. You know what I mean? Like,
it seems to already kind of is.
If it thinks I'm rich, it's wrong.
Right? I am broke.
Seriously, somebody fix the information you're feeding AI. 'Cause, dude.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, I'm broke and stop messing with my money.
Man, it's nuts, man, because like, you know, you go into a store and you're like, oh, everything's so convenient. Right. And all these workers are like, yeah, cool, I don't have to put price tags up anymore. But holy moly, man, when you're paying, you know, if it's 5 o'clock in the evening, then you're going to pay $1.50 more for your milk than if you would have went at 3 in the afternoon before the rush. It's like, dude, come on, man. This is getting ridiculous how you guys have to try to milk us for every penny that we ever make.
Oh, man.
It's like the whole, you're going to be, you know, broke, own nothing, and be happy about it.
I better tell my daughter to stop stealing those. She takes those price tags home.
The electronic ones?
She was, well, those ones were actually screwed down, but she was taking the old, she's like, taking all the old stickers, the price tag stickers on the thing. I don't think you can take those, the digital ones because, yeah.
She's just being a little for snifferous ass.
Yeah, it was funny.
Nice.
I was laughing. I was like, yeah, well, whatever. There's worse things that she could have been taking.
Real good parenting error.
Number one dad, I got the shirt.
Right on.
No, it's funny, but yeah, dude, that's, you know, and it's crazy that they're just, you know, the man's sticking it to us once again, and you know, and you can't even outrun it because nobody's gonna leave their phone at home because, you know, you got their coupons on, you know,
You said the digital coupons.
Yeah, that's what's even funnier is because the digital coupons and all that stuff that I guess somehow automatically attached
that's
to
the
your
thing.
phone.
Like, remember back in the day, things used to always ask like how much money you make per year or your family household.
Yeah,
I wonder if that app asks you that kind of stuff, or if it just already knows because it's already hacked your life.
Right? And I bet you it might probably ask, because they always want to be like, oh, because that way we can send you the best coupons that fits your household and blah blah.
People that get King Soopers credit cards, they have to give them their financial information, right? Like not just a rewards card, but like a King Soopers credit card.
I would imagine, I would imagine any kind of credit card you have to fill out some kind of financial stuff like that. So right. I guess even I didn't even think about
right.
So they're just kicking. Jeez, man.
Every time we fill out anything, you're just feeding them, and we have no idea. And I'm not saying you should stop doing. I'm just saying like everything we do, it's like you got
unless you totally go off the grid, like you're out in the middle of bum freak.
And if you
somewhere.
do that and you find out a way to actually power your house without paying somebody, man, they're going to come after you like so quick.
You know what? Here we're going to
Sniper. Remember that movie where the dude was up in the mountains? It's like he's got his dog up there. He's been hiding out forever and he's just fine. But then all of a sudden, or Rambo. Rambo is the same kind of situation.
Just leave him be, man.
Just chilling, man. Enjoying life up in the woods.
Right.
And you got to come and mess it all up.
What was he doing? He just walking through the hood.
Living off the grid.
You can't stay here. And
Figured out to eat bugs.
Right. Hey, they actually say they're pretty good for you, high in protein. Crickets. I mean, I guess if I had to. But.
I mean, nowadays they're talking about cannibalism and all these fast food restaurants having human meat mixed into the stuff and all that. That kind of leads us to our next topic because Hollywood has been turning a blind eye to all this stuff that's been getting released in the Epstein files, and that's an obvious fact.
Whoa.
It's not just Hollywood itself, but the media, politics, all of it. It's like there was this giant cover-up throughout the whole entire world to make sure that we didn't understand what the truth was while it was happening.
You believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information.
I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? Mm-hmm. And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff.
A matter of human hunting. And when a mind control slave such as myself was stripped of clothes and turned loose in the woods, I was then hunted by George Bush, Dick Cheney, and Bill Clinton.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yes.
¡Comieron humanos! ¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos! Yo no estaba enterada de nada. Que había, los asesinatos sí, pero que habían comido humanos. ¡Humanos! ¡Fuera la carne humana!
So, after years of being blackballed by Hollywood, Mel Gibson just made a major comeback. After several videos of him exposing the industry and Epstein, all the way back in the 90s, leaked all over the internet. Mel was the last person anyone was expecting to be the good guy in this story because of all the high-profile controversies he had been involved in. But it turns out that he might be a lot of things, but he is definitely not one of them monsters on the files. And word on the street is, his refusal to join in on these ritualistic activities is actually the real reason why his career was buried. And he warned us time and time again. He even produced a movie, Sound of Freedom, that was supposed to open up our eyes. And now everything is making sense. Whatever was portrayed in the movie, the reality is far, far worse. Okay, So as most of you know by now, Epstein has been the #1 trending topic on the internet after over 3 million files, including thousands of videos and images of the elites doing crazy things to women, was released by the DOJ. The worst part is that these files aren't even everything. There is more evidence that they haven't put out because it has the power to turn the entire country upside down. The files contained videos of girls getting chased around by Epstein and other grown men in just their undies. Some of these photos are so horrific that I cannot even describe them here. It's unclear what was done to them to get them in that state, but I'm pretty sure you know, just like I know, that whatever it was, wasn't good. In fact, in one of the emails Epstein sent to his people, he said, and I quote, "They are like shrimp. You throw away the top, keep the body." Girl, this docs just confirmed what we have all feared. And so far, not a single arrest has been made besides Epstein. And people are speculating that he might just be alive. And his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is in a luxury prison with a whole pet. You cannot make this up. And don't even get me started on the 330 gallons of sulfuric acid that Epstein reportedly bought in 2018. And do you know what this acid is used for, especially when it's in big quantities like this? Well, your guess is as good as mine. According to science, this acid can dissolve anything down to the bones, leaving no trace of anything ever. Now, for someone with the kind of track record Epstein has, it's safe to say that whatever he used it for probably wasn't legal. Interestingly enough, he reportedly purchased it on the same day that the FBI opened a CST case against him. Now, while all this was going on, a name that kept coming up was Mel Gibson. And I know this might come as a surprise to some of you, because for the longest time, the industry convinced us that Mel was the bad guy, when it was actually the opposite. Do y'all remember his highly successful 2004 film, The Passion of the Christ, that he literally had to produce by himself because every studio refused to fund it? Because the industry did not want to talk about God. But guess what? Even after he did all that, he was slammed with anti-Semitic allegations again, with people claiming that he was fueling hatred toward Jewish people. And now a video of Mel talking about some of the sinister things he saw when he first came into the industry as a 25-year-old man has come up. He said he was initially taken aback because he didn't understand how everyone else seemed to be so comfortable with what was going on, except for him. Mel Gibson said this in 1998, and mainstream media portrayed him as a raving lunatic. He was talking about everything in the Epstein files. He was canceled before canceling became a thing. No studio wanted to work with him. He would only come back to relevance after making a film about Jesus titled The Passion of the Christ. Since no studio wanted to fund it, he had to use his personal money to make a Christian movie. Hollywood is the modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah.
You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And and I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them and and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill, and it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real.
But it doesn't stop there. You see, after the industry successfully blackballed Mel, they replaced him with other people they could control. And one of those people was Jim Caviezel, the guy who played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. Now, I don't know what these Hollywood elites did to Jim after making him their guy, but whatever it was enough for him to see the things they were happening behind the scenes. Mel Gibson and Jim then decided to expose it all in their movie, The Sound of Freedom. It was produced by Mel and directed and acted by Jim. The film grossed over $250 million on a $14.5 million budget, and it focused on exposing the CT industry. The story opens in Honduras, where a poor father, Roberto Aguilar, is tricked by a woman named Giselle. a former beauty queen posing as a talent scout, into letting his kids Miguel and Rocio participate in a fake modeling shoot. The kids are abducted and sold into CT. Jim's character arrests CP distributors and rescues Miguel from the bad guys. Now, after learning that Rocio was still in captivity in Colombia, he quits his job, despite bureaucratic limits on foreign operations, and vows to save her. He teams up with allies like ex-cartel accountant Vampiro and Colombian contacts. They run a sting in Cartagena, posing as buyers to expose even horrible CT underbelly. Now, at the time, people thought this was just a regular movie. But after everything we know about Epstein, it looks like this movie may have had some connection to him. From fake modeling and acting scouts to horrible parties. This is the reality of the Epstein files. As usual, people had their thoughts. Like this person who said, reading the Epstein files, it sounds like the billionaires let their own kids get raped by Epstein and others. Very sick.
Right to jail. Put you in jail. Right away. No trial, no nothing. Right to jail. Right away.
Yeah, dude. So, and that's the thing. A lot of, I mean,
some sick bastards.
It is some sick bastards. You know, and yeah, they totally blackballed, and they always blackball the people that speak out.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that when that movie came out, Amy and I went and saw it.
Yeah.
They didn't put posters up. They wouldn't put, things up on the marquee that said the movie was in there.
I only heard about it through friends and
it would be listed on their times.
Yeah.
Like movie times.
It was weird.
It wouldn't be advertised very much.
Like I said, I heard about it through friends that they posted it on Facebook. Like, hey, go check this movie out. It's a great movie.
It was a good flick.
It was
heart-wrenching to see what
I never
it's what
seen
it, is going on, and they just put a picture to it, and it's like it's amazing how many people are completely blind to this stuff or implicated in it, because it's such a huge thing. Like child trafficking is one of the largest
and once
problems
again,
that this world has. It's not just America or Colombia or anything like that. It's like they're everywhere, you know what I mean? So it's like no matter what you think, it's everywhere. That's why you have to watch your kids like hawks,
left and right.
These kids that come up missing and you never see them again, most likely if they didn't, if you don't find their body, they're most likely in some kind of child trafficking thing. And
unfortunately,
these Hollywood elites and pedophiles and all this crap that's involved with Epstein and all that stuff, eating people, eating human meat, dissolving bodies, and it's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It's absolutely horrifically disgusting.
My thing is going on. I hope y'all caught it of that, a lot of these names aren't getting released because it would turn the country upside down. Well, I'd rather fucking turn the fucking country upside down than be run by a bunch of fucking pedophiles. Yep. I'm sorry. Fuck them. That's it, and here's the other thing is we all kind of knew that they ain't going to release the actual, because it'll turn the country upside down. Like I just said, fuck them.
Yeah. It's because, like I said, it was already manufactured in the first place. Whatever you guys are putting out there is already a manufactured list. So it's like,
well, we all see the black
scribbles. You're gonna have
scribbles.
all these certain people's names, or you'll see people. Oh no, they found out they weren't on the list. Oh, they found out they were on the list.
Yeah. Oh, it was just
this whole fake AI stuff is just the perfect timing.
That's the other thing too.
It's like
that's mixing it all up and confusing a lot of people. And I mean, it's disgusting either way. Of the fact that these people are getting away with
it's nuts.
Yeah, so we smack the shit out of all them, and God damn,
with a big stick.
Strange facts you may have never known. See Justin's face when every time I do that, he's like, "What the hell, man? Why has Erik always got to do that? Because it's fun."
Nice.
All right, here we go for our strange fact you may have never known for today. It is a town in Norway that they say it is illegal to die in. So it's not like incredibly illegal. They just don't want you to die there. this town, because you can't be buried there because the ground never really thaws out and you don't decompose like most bodies will. So it's not illegal technically. They just prefer you not to die there. And when you're getting close, they actually will take you into another hospital in Norway and let you peacefully pass away there. So
that's nice of them.
Yeah. Well, and you actually can't give birth there, so you can't be born there or die there. So strange facts you may never know.
Don't you die here
or be born.
Give us 5 minutes so we can get you to the next town.
Hell yeah. So
you want to go to jail?
Right.
Oh, stay alive for 5 more minutes. That's amazing.
Dude, it's crazy. I was like, wow, that's when I came across it. I was like, what the heck? So yeah, I kind of looked it up, and it is a fact, and it was like, well, it's not, but yeah, don't die there, and they'll ship you out, and don't be born there, because
don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't call me dude.
You'll get a DOC number and everything on your toe tag.
On your toe tag as they carry you out. So, but cool, y'all.
All right.
Right on.
Thanks,
you again.
guys. You guys have a good week.